Welcome to Education Today. I'm Derek Westner.
And I'm Hugh McClafferty of Western American High School in the Armstrong School District. Tradition, pride, and excellence are all big parts of the Armstrong School District, and keeping all of these elements alive are on display every year in our buildings. The most common elements thought of are the district sports teams and performing arts students. Tonight we are going to highlight an annual event that exemplifies tradition, pride, and excellence. Over the course of the last few years, we've highlighted several of our performing arts, and tonight we are going to highlight the County Chorus Festival and some of those students who took part in it.
On November 18th, our district's choral students took center stage as they were joined by other musically inclined students from across Armstrong County to take place in the Armstrong County Senior Chorus Festival. And tonight, we are going to be joined in a few segments by members who participate in this event, as well as one of the instructors who helped lead the way for them. Welcome to Education Today. Can you please introduce yourselves for our viewers?
Hello, I am Hannah Wallach, and I'm currently a junior.
My name is Devin Chrisman, and I am currently a senior.
I'm Hannah Blatt, and I'm also a senior.
What octave do you typically sing in, and how long have you been involved in chorus?
I've been in chorus for 7 years, ever since 5th grade, and I have always been a soprano, to be specific, a 2 soprano, so I can't sing as high as some others, but still up there.
I too have been in chorus since 5th grade, and I am a soprano.
I've been in chorus since only 10th grade, and I sing alto.
Is this your first time participating in an event like this?
No, we've all been to events like this before.
There's been county chorus or junior county. There's always the Song Fest when you're in elementary school as well. So we've done it many times.
Okay. And what all schools have participated?
The schools that participated were Apollo, Armstrong, Freeport, Leechburg, and Western Milken.
Was it challenging to work and coordinate with so many people?
I don't find it challenging, especially when you have a good director that keeps everyone in line. Chorus usually does have a lot of people in it, but if you're all dedicated to work and sing, then I think it turns out lovely.
What was the hardest thing about preparing for the concert?
I would say learning the music, because you can always practice by yourself with a little group, but when you get the whole thing together, then you have to work with everyone else that's in your group. You have to adjust your voice to everyone else around you. So that would probably be the hardest thing. But once you get it together, it's lovely.
Okay. What about you, Devin?
For me, it was pretty similar, but the hardest part was singing high notes for such a long period of time. It kind of started to hurt my throat a little bit.
Same with Hannah. It's just getting it all together with everyone and having to adjust to everyone else.
Okay.
What was your favorite thing about the event?
My favorite thing was the songs we sang, and the director was amazing.
Interesting. Devin?
My favorite part was the actual concert because of the excitement that came with it.
I definitely agree with that. Being out there on stage with an audience, clapping and enjoying the show, it's definitely worth it.
How long did you have to practice as a group?
We practiced as a group for 2 days.
And all day long, during school hours, after school.
Have you had experience working with students from other schools before?
I have. I've been to community theaters around Armstrong. I've been Freeport and stuff. So I've worked with other students from different areas for theater and musicals. So I know a bit about working with others. But when it comes to chorus, you have the big group looking at a director, and when you're acting, it's more of your individual performance, but I've had experience in that respect.
I have two, like we mentioned earlier, Songfest, and then there's things like county band and junior county chorus. I've done those things.
With chorus, there's always like the festivals that I've been to before, and I've been to multiple ones for band, so.
Okay. Well, what was the benefit of working with the other students?
Experience mostly, and you get to learn to work with everyone of different ages. And what's cool is I like to work with like the different voice tones and alto, like the basses. I love to sing really high when they're really low. It sounds like a cool harmony.
Why is music so important to you, and what do you enjoy about it?
The music is so important to me because we get to express creativity. The importance is that in school, it's usually just learning stuff, but if you're singing, you're usually expressing like personality traits.
Interesting.
Is there anything else you'd like to add for the benefit of our viewers?
Join chorus. It's really fun. Yes, you should.
Okay. Devin and Hannah, you guys have anything?
Same thing.
Join chorus. Learn to sing.
Okay. We are going to take a short break and be right back with more of Armstrong School District's Education Today.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We are all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the abovetheinfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star, and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Hi, I'm Jen McCroskey. I'm a prevention specialist with the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Hey parents, put your drug knowledge to the test. Attend a free teen scene program. Learn about signs and symptoms of drug use and abuse, current drug trends, resources for help, and view a large display of items where drugs can be hidden. For more information, call 724-354-2746, extension 309 to schedule a program today. Brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We are bringing in our last group of guests to speak about the Armstrong County Chorus Festival.
Can you please introduce yourself for our viewers?
Yeah, my name's Joshua Meyer, and I'm the choral director at Armstrong High School.
How is it selected from year to year who will host this event?
Well, it's sort of up in the air. I was hoping to do it this year, but under the thought that Armstrong High School may not be prepared, and the West Shamokin director was interested, so I said, yeah, that sounds good, and we just all agreed that they would host it.
What schools have taken place in this event?
The schools involved are Armstrong and West Shamokin, and then 3 other outlying districts, Leechburg, Freeport, and Apollo Ridge, because at least originally their high schools were within Armstrong High School, or Armstrong County.
Now, I know you've hosted this event in the past. What goes into planning and preparation for this festival?
It's work. You have 120, 140 extra bodies in the school. Although a lot of times you wouldn't even guess there were more students in the school. It's a lot of work just maintaining them, making sure they're comfortable and fed, and really picking a director is probably the biggest challenge of a county festival. Picking someone that's able to work with high school kids, that understands that age group, and that is just fun and outgoing for that level of kids. So that's really the biggest part of hosting a festival, picking the right person to be in charge of directing them.
Okay.
Approximately how many students participated this year?
This year there were around 120. It changes from year to year. Sometimes we're closer, 140, but this was a little smaller group, I guess.
Now, I know you said about picking the director. I know you said that was hard. Was that the hardest thing about preparing for the concert, or were there other challenges?
The toughest part of preparing for a concert is the practice that goes in ahead of time. I know at our high school we have seminar periods at the end of the day, and we rehearsed about 3 days a week, I think, during seminar periods. And my guys rehearse a day a week after school, and the girls rehearse a day a week after school. So it's the preparation before we even get to that festival that's really the challenge, getting that folder prepared so that the director can fine-tune it when we get there.
What was your favorite part of the event?
My favorite part is just seeing the kids participate in a choir of that size that they don't always get the opportunity to be in such a big group and to perform music that's at a higher level than they're probably performing in their high school. So that's the best part of the event, really.
Now, I believe there's also a junior county festival. Can you tell us anything about that? There
is. We just take that, and it's a smaller scale from the senior high county festival. And it'll be at Apollo Ridge this year. Again, just they volunteered to have it. So, and it's just a one-day festival and involves 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, just to give them a similar experience. And to keep costs down, each director directs their own piece rather than bringing someone from the outside. We each pick a piece and rehearse it, and otherwise it's pretty much the same, just a smaller scale.
Okay.
What are the differences in preparing and participating for both events?
Really just the scale difference, I suppose. The fact that the senior high county level, the music is a lot tougher, so it takes a lot more time, and there's usually more music because we spend 2 days rehearsing for that festival as opposed to just one for junior county. So it's just a higher level. Anytime it's a higher level, it's going to just take a little more time, be a little more of a challenge.
Time, scheduling, and space are all probably issues to overcome. What all goes into a program such as this?
Well, it's funny because coming from Ford City High School, we had a tiny stage, and you put 140 kids on there, and they were elbow to elbow without much breathing room. And we're to the point where, that's solved. West Shamokin has a beautiful stage. The high school at Armstrong has a very nice sized stage. We still have a couple small ones out there. Leechburg's sort of small, but really, like I said before, you wouldn't even know most of the time there are more than 100 extra kids in the building because they're contained, and they're just, let's face it, your music kids are usually pretty well behaved kids, so you don't even realize that they're in the building most of the times.
What are the main benefits for the students that are involved in these events?
I think that the number one benefit is it's an enrichment opportunity that they're probably not getting at their high schools. Even at Armstrong High School, my largest class is 85 kids. And it's a mixed group of kids. Some of them are great performers, some are shy and quiet. And at a festival like this, you're together with over 100 kids, and they're the best kids from each of the high schools. So you don't get that opportunity very often to have enrichment like that and sing at a level that those kids are singing at. So it's a great opportunity.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the benefit of our viewers?
I would say music is alive and well in the Armstrong School District. We've endured lots of staff cuts and stuff like that, but we're growing. I know at Armstrong High School we're growing. At both high schools in the Armstrong School District, we've added in an intro to guitar class, which at Armstrong it's been extremely popular. About 140 kids took it, and we're growing. So it's exciting to see that music's alive and well in the Armstrong School District.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks to all of our guests for coming in to talk to us today. Our thanks also goes out to the TV production students of West Shamokin High School, led by their teacher, Mrs. Karen Coulter. They were our film crew today.
DVD copies of this and all Education Today programming can be requested by contacting Chris Garitano, Multimedia Technician at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district and have a great week.